Oh boy.
Hello.
Hi. I'm Dustin.
I'm Kaylin.
And today, on the barrel,
The world's biggest bottle.
August 17th, Rare Cask Edition Single Malt. That is a block of whiskey.
I also think our whiskey barrel is at a bit of a slant because look at this is creating like one of those classic like level situations.
Yeah.
This is a bottle we know almost nothing about.
Very little other than what's on it. So you're going to discover it right along with us, if that's okay.
Yeah.
And if it's not okay, then I'm not quite sure what to tell you because this is the video.
The fun story behind this bottle is that my mom and my bonus dad went to Italy. They went to Europe.
Right.
Recently. And part of that was Italy, and part of that was Germany, and part of that was, I don't remember where. We came back to our house where they had swung in, unbeknownst to us, dropped off this secret bottle of whiskey. They literally snuck in and put it on the barrel.
They broke into our house.
Okay, they dropped this off on our barrel. He left the receipt and bag for it upstairs, so I knew immediately something was awry. What a fun surprise to come home to. This incredibly unique and interesting thing that we weren't expecting, and also we posted it to our Patreon and asked if anyone knew anything about it, and it seemed to be kind of a quandary for everyone else too. So it's a mystery. We don't know a lot about it. If you do, please post whatever you know in the comments.
I believe she got this in Belgium.
That sounds right.
I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I mean, this thing is, the weight of this thing.
It's massive. It's massive.
That is some heavy glass, man.
And just a fun shape. I mean, I don't know where we're going to put this on our shelves.
Flat.
It's going to take up 2 bottles worth of space. But so it's an 11-year whiskey, and we're not totally sure about this. Correct us if we're wrong, but
I actually don't.
There's 3 years oak barrel, 7 years Laphroaig Islay cask finish, and 1 year Jack Daniel's cask finish. The addition of that is 11 years. So 1 + 7 + 3 in case you didn't hear me. W.13 small batch. The Rare Cask Edition is a prestigious edition of spirits that have been meticulously reworked and aged in high quality casks. Rare and limited edition of exceptional finishes made in our chai. Chai must mean something more than I think it means because I just think of chai tea. So 50% alcohol by volume. It was signed by whoever this person is. Belgian creator. Oh, Belgian. You're right.
Yeah.
They got it in Belgium.
Yeah.
Surprise. That's it.
What's on the back?
Nothing. It's
Any information on the back?
clean back.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's pretty rare too.
Yeah. Well, it is a Rare Cask Edition, so.
Can I open it? Ready?
Ooh.
Oh God, I might drop this.
I mean, that one is a fatty.
I'm gonna save my commentary. This feels like a perfume bottle. It feels like
But one that's been the opposite of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It's Honey, I Grew the perfume bottle.
Yeah.
What a terrible movie that would be. Why did I even think of that? So
honestly,
one thing I noticed.
Pretty good pour.
Great. One thing I noticed right away, a lot of scotches, especially Islay, peated scotches, if they're, around the 10-year range or 11-year range.
Oh, really light.
Just very light.
Yeah, super light in color.
I mean, that is.
Like a blonde baby.
Yeah. What? The color of a blonde baby.
Oh my God, did you smell it? Holy crap.
I hope it doesn't smell like a blonde baby.
No, it smells like spruce trees, pine needles.
So the most time this is spent is in a Laphroaig.
Can you
please?
Laphroaig
cask.
Oh, I mean, seriously. Sniff this with me. It smells like I'm walking through pine trees at their most smelliest. It smells incredible.
I didn't get.
You don't get pine trees?
I didn't get I think of a pine smell, and I think of the fresh balsam candle you know, that's just
Sure.
like if you have a pine candle, it's just very piney.
Bath and Body Works fresh balsam if you don't don't have it.
It's not as like strong of a, but it is there, like in the back. Like you're right. It's like walking
I
through.
smell
it's just like,
real Christmas tree.
wow, and I mean, there's definitely some peat smoke in this as well.
So what do you smell?
I'm saying it right now.
I know, but like, so you don't smell a real Christmas tree?
No, I absolutely do. I get the pine thing. 100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought I was alone.
No, but I mean, you were selling it as if like right out the bat, it was just like freaking that, like I opened up that candle or something, like it was that much pine.
Like I literally was transported. So we go to a dog park that has a ton of pine trees, and I was just transported to that.
It's also very like crisp and fresh on the nose too. Like it's crisp fall air in this glass.
That's wild.
I mean, that Laphroaig barrel
is
dominant. And again, this isn't Laphroaig, right? I don't even know if this is a peated malt.
I get a little floral too.
It doesn't say this is actual peated malt. It just is aged in a Laphroaig cask. Wow.
Like it's there's a little bit of floral and a little bit like pollen almost, like kind of like, I mean, frankly, allergen. Like, but like for me, first, second, and last in terms of like main scent for me is like pine trees and like Christmas. Not Christmas spices.
No, there's like no spice on the
there's
nose.
There's like no baking spices.
No.
There's no sugar. It's like
this is like
and maybe
piney,
it's more fall. I don't know, but I just think Christmas
floral
because
absolutely.
It smells like a real Christmas tree that you would get in your house, and you'd be like up close and personal while you're putting your like ornaments and stuff on, and you can really smell the like
a honey in here
the
too.
Pine syrup and stuff.
Fruity too, like there is a
if I like get away from it for a second and then come back, I get like a whole new.
I get like tropical fruits. We didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
This is from Belgium. Went through customs. Okay.
All right.
Fun fact.
Lived in New York. I lived in Brooklyn for like 6 months, if that. And I worked at a really cool spot called The Pines. It was in Gowanus. And we made a cocktail that had a husk cherry garnish. It was really cool. You like literally husk, as it sounds, it literally like peels like a husk from the cherry, and we like would peel it and like stick it up really straight and really cool and then put it on the edge of the glass.
Yeah.
And this smelled like husk cherries.
Oh. I don't even know what the frick that is, even though you just explained it. Oh.
Wow, I cannot get past, like, this is a whiskey where, like, normally I'm all about, like, all right, let's keep moving, let's get to this tasting, I am really loving.
You're invested in this nose?
I am invested in the nose. I am loving the nose. I'm a little bummed that they're not here to share it with us the first time testing it, but, you know, we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
The back and the side. Oh, I just noticed that they have, like, all of the... the 3 oak barrel, the Laphroaig, the Jack Daniels listed on the side.
But
I
do love the like back of this bottle just being
blank.
It's so huge and empty. This is the whiskey here.
Yeah, if you're familiar with August 17th or you've had one of their other finishes even, like I'm just really curious.
I kind of like being able to just see.
Is this a thing? Is this a place like that people know about?
That Laphroaig cask on the nose absolutely comes through. It's not like they just slapped 7 years in the Laphroaig cask on here and then it's just like doesn't show up. It absolutely shows up. Mm-hmm. Like again, I don't think the malt is actually peated. I think it just is getting that influence from the Laphroaig cask.
All right, we gotta taste it.
What if it's just a huge disappointment?
Stop it. To parents. To all the parents. Oh. So it tastes for me like that husk cherry. Like very fall, not too sweet.
Oh, I was about to say, that's like fresh honey sweetness.
But I don't like, sometimes I think of honey as an alternative, like, I mean, it is an alternative sweetener. I do agree there's honey in this.
There's also, I got a really weird, it was like a small little like flash of some sort of soda, like not like straight up cola.
Maybe like a Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper is more where I was leaning. But for me, it's very fruity.
Yeah.
And floral.
There's a little bit of a cherry honey flavor, like a cherry honey Diet Dr. Pepper. And I say diet only because I don't feel like it's too sugary. Like it's not like super scotchy. Like
No, I was just about to say, it's interesting to see what 7 years in a Laphroaig cask does because, again,
well, and
for
is this in order or do they just add?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's how they're listed, so I'm going to assume that that's the order they go. It's first in just regular oak barrels for 3, Laphroaig for 7, and then finishing it last in Jack Daniels for a year.
Yeah.
That Laphroaig cask, though, showed up on the nose, but it's not coming through on the palate at all for me. Like, I don't get any peat at all, like smoke on the palate whatsoever. I get malt, and I get a sweetness and a honey and floral, like honeysuckle type of like floralness,
Yeah.
flowerness. I'm trying to look for something just because I know it's there. I'm trying to look for something from that Jack Daniels. Maybe that is like part of the sort of Dr. Peppery situation.
Or like the slightly honeyed like sugar, because I do feel like Jack Daniels, at least for me, and I haven't tasted it like alone in a long time. It's usually something I use as a mixer, but like, okay, that's a Jack Daniels 10-year.
Is that the same?
No. Regular old Jack Daniels is a little on the sweeter side. I don't care if you agree with me or not. I mean, I care about you, but I don't care if you disagree with me because I'm okay with that. I feel like Jack Daniels is a sweeter whiskey. Isn't Jack Daniels honey like one of your kind of like favorite like guilty pleasure
One of my favorite
whiskeys?
honey flavored whiskeys
Yeah.
is the Jack Daniels honey out of all of the honey flavored whiskeys. I started with it's not a whiskey, I think it's a liqueur, but I first started with Baron Jaeger.
Oh, wow.
And it's a honey liqueur, and it literally comes in a bottle, I think, that even has like honeycomb glass type.
Cool.
Out of all of them, the Jack Daniels still holds an actual whiskey flavor base with
Their Jack honey. I certainly don't get a ton of pine like on the taste as I did on the nose. But honey for sure. You really don't get any smoke. I feel like I do get a little smoke. Floral, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's fruity, but it's tropical,
which is funny.
light
So like
fruits.
honey is often like, so it's paired a lot with floral because bees.
Beads?
Yes, bees.
Bees?
Bees and flowers, bees and honey. There's some combination there, but I do know that like when you go to buy honey in the store, there's often like, it's like wildflower honey or whatever.
Yeah.
That is, to me, this in a bottle, like a whiskey form.
Yeah, it really is.
But for me on the smell, it was absolute and utter pine, which was super fun too, because I'm a huge fan of pine smell.
This has been a very like adventure, interesting whiskey to smell and taste because
And I feel a little bit like we were almost like on the trip with my...
I assume that August 17th is not an independent bottler necessarily because they clearly like take things and then finish it themselves. A non-distilling producer.
If you're from August 17th, definitely let us
correct
know.
me if I'm wrong. Are they a distillery? Like, is this their distillate and their malt, or do they source from somewhere and then finish it in barrels? I don't know.
10 out of 10.
I love how the nose was completely different from the palate because, like, again, on the nose, you get for sure the Laphroaig and probably, more of the Laphroaig and oak combo. But then on the palate, the Jack Daniels must add some weird little touch that like makes it somehow
wildflower
like
honey.
weird like floral, and which is weird because Jack Daniels is
always,
not
like-
light like honey.
Yeah, I'm hesitant to like review or like talk about bottles like this, which are so obscure. I do think we have a pretty varied audience. I read every single comment.
Oh God.
No, I do. I read every single comment. And so I've seen the people that are here from Germany and other countries and whatever. So if this is a bottle you're aware of and you know about this distiller or you've like had some of their other stuff, I want to hear about it. Like, it's just so cool and I think it's so fun.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mom.
August 17th, great date. One thing that happened on August 17th is this. Can't believe it. And that must have been inspired.
That must have what been?
That must have been inspired this. Thanks for watching. Tune in next time when we show you how to properly portage a canoe.